Hello, this is Mr. Soli in Las Vegas. Thank you very much for finding me on YouTube. Today's reaction is not one of my favorites. Something terrible happened in Boulder, Colorado yesterday, and I wanted to bring it to your attention and share my point of view. If you haven't heard already, on Sunday, June 1st, in Boulder, Colorado, an attacker attacked 8 Israelis innocently protesting regarding the Israelis still being held in captivity in Gaza by Hamas since October 7th, 2023. This attacker had been planning this for a year now. We have some more information as it's Monday, June 2nd. Today, this happened yesterday on June 1st. Sunday's attack fell on the Jewish holiday of Shavuot, which comes 1 week after the slaying of 2 Israeli embassy aides outside of a Jewish museum in Washington, D.C. The perpetrator yelled "Free Palestine" as he was sending incendiary devices at the 8 people who were lit on fire. As I said before, the FBI has figured out now that the attacker was planning this for about a year. He lived in Colorado Springs with his family of 5. Sorry, this is very difficult to talk about. It's such a horrible thing. And if you've not heard about this, I apologize for the nature of this video, but it's important for us to discuss it. The attacker came to the U.S. on a B-1 visa, which expired. The attacker applied for sanctuary status, which the Biden administration granted with no background check whatsoever, of course. In a statement on Sunday, Governor of Colorado, Jared Polis, who lives in Boulder, called the act a heinous act of terror. And of course, the FBI has deemed this officially an act of terror. So the attacker will be charged federally with a hate crime. The National Jewish organizations condemned the attack and linked it to other recent violence that's unfolded in the United States in response to the war in Gaza, including the killing of 2 Israeli staff members in Washington, D.C., and the fire that tore through the residence of Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, who was Jewish. I reported on that on my channel earlier this year. That was an awful thing as well. World Jewish Congress President Ronald S. Lauder said in a statement that the Boulder attack was part of a broader wave of hate. This is not just the Jewish community that suffers, Lauder wrote. This violence tears at the very fabric of our societies. We call on law enforcement and government leaders at every level, in every state, in every country, to act decisively. This is one of the reasons why President Trump is taking the protests on college campuses so seriously. This is why the Trump administration is making a crackdown nationally on any anti-Semitic behavior that they can find. These are not just words. Free speech is free speech. This is the next step. This is what happens after free speech is exhausted, and the Trump administration knows that. And the FBI is encouraging people. There's a tip line you can call if you see something, say something. There's a tip line you can call 24/7 if you see or hear of any kind of anti-Semitic behavior or activity in your neighborhood, your city, your state, wherever you live. Please report it. Please help law enforcement keep our Jewish citizens safe. The temperature has been turned way up on the Jewish community worldwide since October 7th, when their country was attacked by Hamas. I find it as an ironic twist of fate that this is happening, but it is happening. College students are misguided in thinking that by supporting Palestine, they're on the right side of history. They are not. The adults in the room know that, and shame on the college campus presidents and boards of directors who are not cracking down on this harder and more effectively. I'm proud of the Trump administration for yanking the funding from Harvard and other universities that will not enforce federal discrimination laws to protect Jewish students 24/7. I applaud the Trump administration for its work in the Middle East with the Abraham Accords. And I hope that everyone watching this video, no matter what your religious persuasion is, agrees that Jews around the world should not live in fear because their country was attacked on October 7th, 2023 by a death cult. Thank you so much for finding me on YouTube. If you like this conservative content, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Again, I'm sorry that the message of this video is so dark, but what happened yesterday in Boulder, Colorado was a dark chapter in American history, which I hope will be ending very, very soon. Thank you for your kind attention.